Hello everyone, welcome to another episode. We're going to take a look at the Deck 16 series of maps throughout all of the Unreal games, starting with Unreal 1. A lot of people are not aware that Deck 16 actually started life on the very first Unreal before it was ported over to Unreal Tournament. Now we're going to take a look at all versions of Deck 16 and we're going to see how well it holds up with the 5 rules of multiplayer FPS level design. Alright, well let's get started. Obviously I've got the Unreal Gold version. The Unreal Gold is not my favorite. I actually do have the original unaltered Unreal version, but apparently there is a version of it called Classic, or not Classic, Old Unreal, that actually make Unreal Gold look and sound more like the original, which I'd like to experiment with. But anyways, so here we are, DM Deck 16. Let's check it out. Okay. Oof, the mouse is oh man, this is so bad. Okay, mouse acceleration in the first Unreal is actually pretty bad. I'm so glad that they fixed it in Unreal Tournament and all future games. There's actually 2 layers of mouse acceleration happening at the same time. One inside of the game and one in Windows. So you know that mouse precision option in... Whoops, that is black and I couldn't see the floor there. But anyways, disabling mouse acceleration in Windows would fix the mouse acceleration in this game. But I'm not going to do that. We really are just going to take a look at this map. Okay, so... The thing that's so good about this map is that number one, obviously it has an important weapon or pickup in every room. Now it is sort of a bit weird, unlike future versions of Deck 16 where we'll take this for instance. I'm able to reach it no problem, but in the original Unreal, not the Unreal Gold version, but the original Unreal, you can't actually jump this high. You jump about maybe 80% that height, and you can't get to that item. And it kind of makes me wonder, how on earth are you supposed to get to this item if you can't jump that high? Alright, so we have a lot of really good stuff going on here. We've got the... this is the equivalent to the Mega Health in Quake. So you see my health is now 199. There's actually a special item here. I think the jumping boots was not introduced in Unreal, so... Yeah, I actually prefer this gun over the shot Gatling gun that you see in Unreal Tournament 3. It's a little more responsive and quicker, and of course we got the good old shock rifle. So every room, to my knowledge, has an important weapon. Now it does have some weaknesses, meaning that it does have some of these weapons are in dead ends, and you know, if you watch my original video about good level design, you know how I feel about dead ends. Dead ends is sort of asking for trouble, really. But since the flak cannon is at the end of that corridor, that's not too bad, because the flak cannon really is an incredible weapon. It's one of those weapons that sort of plays the role of a mortar and a shotgun. That's why everyone loves it, because it basically is just 2 really good weapons combined. Now, how is it getting around this map? Not amazing. Getting down is not a big deal. You can get down without hurting yourself, but you basically are very vulnerable if you find yourself down here. So you have to get away from here as quickly as you can. Now, this is not a teleporter. It kills you. So basically, if you end up down here to pick up the rocket launcher, you have to run all the way here to get to the lifts. So the flow is not great. There are some parts of the map that doesn't have very good features, but it's still a very strong start. The size of the map is good. And it basically is just a really, really good first attempt. And that's really saying something, because this is Epic's first attempt at a multiplayer map, whereas id Software's first attempts at multiplayer maps were not great. The maps in Quake 1, like, some of them were okay, but most of them were pretty much garbage. Same with Quake 2. There's some classics like The Edge. I mean, I guess The Edge is sort of like a contender for most popular map, second to Camping Grounds. But Camping Grounds has outlasted The Edge in the form of Blood Covenant, because Camping Grounds really is just a much better map than to Edge. But Edge is still a very good map. I still really like Edge. But just like this first attempt at Deck 16, the first version of Edge that would be superseded is good, but it isn't quite as good as it could be. So this is how it is in the first Unreal, and let's take a look at Unreal Tournament's version of Deck 16. Okay. Alright, Deck 16. It's got a 2 on it. Is that what that's supposed to be? Is that supposed to be a 2? I suppose. Alright, Deck 16. Alright. Let me spawn, please. Please let me spawn. Please let me spawn. Thank you. Alright, weapon, same places. Now, instead of a health pickup, there's a sort of kind of like the quad damage, I guess. Flak cannon. So we got rocket launcher. Yeah, that's one of the things I don't like about Unreal Tournament, is that they actually don't let you use the numbers, you know, the 1, 2, 3, 4 to assign to a specific weapon. You just can't change it. So yeah, needless to say, kind of short-sighted, the developers. They didn't really see that people would rather remap everything. Now this is actually now a teleporter, and it takes us to the Redeemer, which is somewhere here. There we go. Yeah, Redeemer is definitely a much more balanced super weapon when compared to the BFG in Quake 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. This is the last time we'll ever see a 6-barrel rocket launcher. So it has all of the same strengths of the first Deck 16, but really they barely did anything to it. It still has the dead end. It still has, you know, this little section here where there's not very many places to go to get out of that pit. But they did add the teleporter, so I'm gonna give it an extra point for that. But it really isn't that much better than the first one. This is the one that most people are familiar with, just how crazy popular Unreal Tournament was. But as far as Deck 16 goes, it's just sort of average. It could be so much better, and eventually they would improve on it drastically. How do I add a custom resolution? This is so annoying. Whatever. I need to somehow add 1920 by 1080. Deathmatch. Alright. In my opinion, this is actually the best map from Unreal Tournament 2004, but we're not looking at that. We're looking at Deck 17, which is apparently right next door to Deck 16.
Play.
I definitely prefer Unreal Tournament 2004 over all of the other games. You can double jump also, which is great. Alright, here's the first improvement that they made to this game. They got rid of the dead end, and they now connected this end to another awkward part of the map that just had a big corner that had nothing in it, and now they've given it a purpose by putting this corridor here, taking you to the other corridor. So that is a huge plus. And this is deck 16. There's the original. I just want to stay... Ooh, is there a bot here? Yeah, there's a bot here. Holy smokes. Whatever, it's just one bot, who cares? Now the weapons here are really good. I mean, they're pretty much the same, not much of a difference, but they just feel nicer. And this is the first introduction of the 3-barrel rocket launcher, which is fine. I think it's actually more balanced to have 3 instead of 6. So obviously we got here teleporter, but here's the improvement that I want to talk about: a jump pad. Woo! That makes this map so much better. All of the problems I had with the map is pretty much gone. And here's the kicker. Spoiler alert, they got rid of it in the next Unreal game. Why did they get rid of it? Probably because that one actually is deck 16, whereas this is deck 17. Now, can I jump up here? Yeah, it's probably possible. Oh, and here's the game that introduced not only the double jumping, but also the ability to double jump. Hold on a sec, let's just get rid of this guy. Where is he? Come here. Okay, I guess he's dead. Yeah, look at the score. He died like 3 times. It's funny. Anyways, I actually really like this gun. It's definitely an upgrade from the generic sniper rifle, which they brought back in Unreal Tournament 3 for some weird reason. I guess it's because some people just prefer sniper rifle, but this gun, it works the same. It just looks cooler. Now, here's the thing. Having the double jump feature actually improves on traversing through this map. So you can get around a lot quicker. Of course, you have to double jump in a very specific way. Owie. Man, I really should get rid of that guy. He's so annoying. But what's great about this is that you can use this... Okay, seriously? I need to time my jumps more carefully, so that you can use this to get to places that's usually difficult to get to. I wonder if I can rocket jump here? Yeah, you can. Unreal really doesn't want you to rocket jump, so you really don't get that much knockback. Oof. Did I get him? Nope. Ooh! Did I get him? Yeah, I should have disabled the bot. So the jump pad really does make going down here less of a tedious process. And I like that it takes you up, not just there, but also up on top of these platforms here. So if you're down here, then it sometimes might actually be quicker to go down in order to get higher. So that's a really neat thing. I really like that. Please kill him. Thank you. Nope. Oh, that was dumb. That was silly of me. That was totally silly of me. To be fair, every time I sort of dodge, sometimes this happens, where you just dodge in the guy and you just leap to the right or to the left, because, well, you know, that's how you dodge in other first-person shooters. But the double tap actually makes you leap, which is annoying. So improved flow, no useless dead ends or corners. It's just a really, really good version of deck 16. Deck 17 for the win. Now they just call it Deck, even though it really is Deck 16. They've gone back to how it used to be in Unreal Tournament, which is very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. And they also got rid of the jump feature, so you can't... Like, seriously? It's really frustrating. So, gimping the jump, you know, the double jump with the dodge feature, I mean, you can't do it. It just refuses to do it. You actually have to download a mutator to fix this shortcoming. Now, fortunately, it does have some of the benefits of Deck 17. It's got this corridor here, which is great. But it got rid of the jump pad. There's nothing here. At least it retained the teleporter, but basically it's kind of like better than the first Deck 16, but not as good as Deck 17. There really isn't that much to talk about this map other than just, you know, that this game is new and it looks amazing, and, you know, like these visuals I think still looks really cool, but that's got nothing to do with... And they went back to the generic sniper rifle. Now you look at the sniper rifle and you're like, ooh, futuristic sniper rifle, but what exactly does this sniper rifle do that normal sniper rifles don't do? I mean, you even have to reload it manually. Look at that so-called future. I missed the Unreal Tournament 2004 sniper weapon instead. Very nice, like the visuals, the particle effects really does make everything feel more substantial, even though gameplay wise there's not much of a difference. But I'm very annoyed by how they got rid of that jump pad. So I think this is supposed to be Deck 16 because they brought back the slime. Deck 17 is sort of a molten steel factory of some kind, like at the end of Terminator 2. So I do appreciate that they retain some of the changes in Deck 17, but quite frankly, this isn't as good, and I can't even reach that. It probably is possible if I try really hard. Let's see, can I reach that? Oh. It might be possible, but you have to be so incredibly precise. Ultimately, I'm very disappointed that they gimped the movement, so you can't even move around this map like you could in Deck 17, which ironically, that in and of itself will take away some points. Really disappointed, but there is maybe a sort of a fix, and that is by using mutators. So we got the dodge jump. I don't need the third person view. And also the free FOV, meaning that it actually lets you adjust the FOV much further than the game will let you. There, that actually looks better. Wow, looks way better. But also, I can now jump. I can jump during my dodges. Isn't that cool? So nice. And this mutator on its own adds that point back to this map, but unfortunately it doesn't add a point back to the flow of the map due to that missing jump pad. So yeah, needless to say, this is still not the definitive version of this map, but at least now I can get up here. Yeah, much better. So I would reckon that with the mutator or without the mutator, this map is the second best deck. But ultimately, I am disappointed that this is a downgrade from what 2004 had. It's the reason why a lot of people find 2004 to be the best game in the series. Alright. So, courtesy of Paul Reeve.
3, 2, 1.
Well, it looks the same. They probably just took the original Unreal Tournament version of Deck 16 and just ported that directly into Unreal Tournament 4. Alright, well, that corridor is still there, so that's good. I'm waiting for him to actually explore the bottom part, because that's the part of the map that has changed the most. Okay, well played. Okay, I do not see a jump pad. Oh no, so this one also doesn't have the jump pad. So it's basically the same as the first Unreal Tournament. It doesn't have any of the benefits of Unreal Tournament 2004, so we're not missing much. This game was never ever going to be completed, so we might as well just forget about it. And so that is my scoring system for Deck 16/Deck 17. It's still a very good map. I totally see why people love it. I've been trying to find a Quake 3 version of Deck 16. Unfortunately, there are several, but they're pretty ugly looking maps. But I do like Unreal Tournament. I don't want people to think that Quake 3 Arena is like everything to me. I really did enjoy Unreal Tournament 3 back in the day, believe it or not, and a lot of people were very critical of that game. Sure, it's not as good as 2004, but it was still a really solid experience. And of course, the original Unreal Tournament definitely was a very, very good competitor to Quake 3 Arena. Even though I do not think it is as refined or as balanced as Quake 3, it did, however, offer a lot of features that Quake 3 didn't have. So it still has a place on my hard drive. It still is an interesting game and a lot of fun. Until next time.